Hello everyone, my dear friends. It's me again, Igor Pogodin. And today we're going to talk about the basic principle of here and now. Or more precisely, why if you want to be seriously ill, to suffer, to be unable to build the kind of relationships you want, you should treat this principle with indifference. In fact, all our problems come from ignoring the reality of what is happening. Stay until the end and you'll understand what this basic thesis is all about. And most importantly, you'll learn how to stop ruining your life and give yourself the chance to regain what I call being at home. One of the key phrases in experiential psychotherapy, almost like a slogan, goes like this: welcome home. So, let's get started, my dear friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be the first to know about the new video when it comes out next time. And you'll be the first to start changing your life if something in this video inspires you. So here and now, why is everyone so obsessed with this principle of here and now? Back in the day, when Fritz Perls was traveling around the United States giving various lectures, people would ask him, what is the nature of anxiety? After all, anxiety is actually the biggest problem of the 20th century. As the amount of information increased, love and success became intertwined, and the value of career and everything else started to weigh down on people. Life became radically faster and anxiety became unavoidable, or so it seemed unavoidable. And Fritz Perls was the first to draw attention to the true nature of anxiety. And during one of his lectures, someone in the audience asked him, what is the nature of anxiety? And how can we get rid of it? He says, please pay attention right now when you're anxious. Where are you in the present or somewhere else in the future, for example? And it turns out that people who experience anxiety are always in the future, sometimes in the past, but most often in the future. Certainly not in the present. Anxiety does not survive in the present. That's why anxiety, in essence, is not authentic. It is not an inherent quality of our lives. Anxiety arises at the moment when our life is put on pause. That is precisely why. Fritz Perls says his famous phrase, his formula, that anxiety is excitement that has been stopped plus suppressed breathing. In other words, essentially, if you imagine your life as a kind of a river flow or as something recorded on video, you hit stop, you press pause, and it's as if the river stops flowing, but it actually keeps flowing at that moment. This deep, continued flow of the river, at the very moment when you seem to have stopped it inside your consciousness, creates an excess of tension which you perceive as anxiety. And this happens everywhere. In fact, all the problems you bring to psychotherapy can only be experienced outside the here and now. In the here and now, they won't exist. Within presence, there will be nothing left. That could be a source for feeling bad, getting sick, or suffering. It's impossible. Pay attention to your fear. Where are you right now? In the future, right? That something might happen ahead. Something you feel you need to try to control today with your fear. But fear won't let you control anything. Fear just ruins your life. You see that, right? Well, because you're not present. Now remember guilt. Where are you now? In the past, right? And shame? Also in the past or in the future, for example. In the past for something that happened, something you're ashamed of, or for example, in anticipation, like tomorrow's presentation, where you're sure people will laugh at you. You always leave the here and now. And this isn't just a principle. The here and now is reality. The here and now is our home. It's the place where we live. If you stay in the here and now, you won't need to destroy relationships anymore. You won't need to ruin your own life or the lives of those around you anymore. You won't need to, in the end, get sick because the here and now dissolves any concepts. They simply can't hold on in the here and now. Of course, there is one problem. It lies in the fact that the here and now is understood as a kind of principle, for example, one that underpins Gestalt therapy, although it wasn't Fritz Perls who came up with it. Long before him, Jacob Levy-Moreno, performing his dramatic actions on European streets with his theater, from which psychodrama would later emerge, used this basic principle of the here and now. But it seems to me that the principle of the here and now carries a certain curse. Because as soon as we call the here and now a principle, at that moment it becomes a concept. And the concept of the here and now automatically gives rise to its polarity, the there and then. Therefore, in my view, the here and now is not a principle. It is a quality of you. It is a quality of reality. And you are reality. It is a quality of presence. And you are presence. There is no there and then. Nothing exists except the here and now. And the there and then exists only within your consciousness, within your thoughts. And you suffer within your thoughts. Do you understand the difference? That in reality, if you settled in your own home, if you didn't run away anywhere, then you wouldn't need to suffer. All your symptoms, I assure you, everything you might bring to psychotherapy, you will see that all of it is a problem of being evicted from your own home. In the light of presence, not a single feeling can persist. They will be there, but they will pass. They won't be toxic. You will experience fear, anxiety, pain, but they will pass very quickly. They will dissolve in the light of presence because you will realize that this is not you. These are simply events happening inside you, but this is not you. There is nothing except the here and now. You understand, right? But no, we object to our own nature and we get sick precisely when we object to our nature. It is when we begin to fight against what is happening right now to you, but against the process of experiencing that we restore here and now. This is the place where the process of experiencing unfolds. Right now, if you feel joy, rejoice. Right now, if you are experiencing pain, be ill, and you will see that it no longer poisons you. Right now, you are experiencing shame, and you will see that for half your life, for 20 years, you wanted to hide, to shrink into a dot, to disappear and sink through the ground. But now you don't. You understand, right? Because shame and fear are just thoughts. You just don't notice it. It's just a thought, and a thought that has nothing to do with presence, nothing to do with the here and now. But you start to fight it, and when you start to fight it, everything only gets worse. The feeling becomes toxic, your despair grows stronger. So pay attention to where you are right now. Of course, striving for perfection is also not worth it. You shouldn't force yourself. Otherwise, the here and now will become not your home, but just a concept of the here and now. And there and then will manifest itself even more strongly. So all you can do is simply find yourself in the here and now. Notice this from time to time. Go outside and ask yourself, where am I right now? For example, when I watch the swaying leaves of the trees or the rustling leaves under my feet in autumn, or when I find myself watching these birds, what is happening to me? Where am I right now? What am I feeling and what is happening with my body? Settle right into this moment. In the evening, you come to make potato pancakes for your husband. Where are you right now? Are you in this moment or are you somewhere else? Come back here. And then you eat the potato pancakes together with your husband. Where are you now? In this moment? Or have you drifted off somewhere? Return to this moment. And then you talk with him, look into each other's eyes, listen to your heart. Are you still here? And if you do this regularly, you don't need to strive for it to be 24/7. It will happen on its own when the time is right. But give yourself the opportunity to be present in everything that is. You don't need to come up with any special meditations. This is meditation. And essentially, what I am describing is meditation. Simply being where you are, where you cannot help but be. You don't have to use this breathing or any other instructions or bodily sensations. You use everything. You can meditate right now while watching this video. All you need for this is to listen to yourself, because there is no me. You have imagined and assigned me here just so that I could shake you up and wake you, reminding you where you are, only now and only here. You understand, right? So listen with your heart. Pay attention. When you hear me right now, what is happening to you? To your body, to your breathing, to your feelings? Where is your whole life located right now? Be present here. And this is very important. And then you will notice that the here and now is not just some principle, but your home. And there are no illnesses there. And then you proceed as follows. May take any problem you have in your life, and place it in the here and now. And you will see how it dissolves. Here and now it does not exist. Any problem you have is just a set of concepts. And concepts cannot survive in the light of presence. And that's why in psychotherapy, when clients come to me, I can use different interventions. Students who join my program wanting to learn Gestalt therapy, or those who come to our therapeutic groups seeking personal growth. They try to listen to my words, but I always address not their ears, but their hearts. And the more present I am, the more effective I become as a therapist. I don't try to be someone else. The only person I can be is myself. And for some time now, it's been 5 years, I have realized that there is nothing but presence. I have always been in presence. It's just that for 45 years before that, I was asleep and didn't notice it. And now, whatever I do, whether I'm giving lectures, assigning exercises to people, or conducting therapy sessions, I continue to remain in presence. That's why here and now has stopped being just a principle. Here and now is a place, it's your home. Nothing exists outside of the here and now. But at first, for you, presence will be a kind of tool. That's normal. Look into another person's eyes and ask yourself, where are you? Hear the birds, listen to music, go to the Philharmonic or to the ballet. You're just walking down the avenue and you hear the noise of the cars. Rain is dripping onto your face. Where are you right now? Where are you? The raindrops and the noise of the cars remind you. They wake you up and say, well, where are you? Masha, where are you? Klava, where are you? Igor, where are you? They keep reminding you all the time. And then you remember, oh, Malada, I'm home. And then a voice from behind, off screen, from many of my videos and books. Welcome home. Welcome home. And only then, you won't need to torment yourself anymore, or torment your loved ones, or be sick yourself. Everything will happen on its own. Well then, my dear ones, I hope this short video reminded you of who you are. I hope that now when you pause and listen to yourself, you will see that you have always been that very presence I never tire of reminding you about. If you found this video helpful, share it with your friends and join our groups. As usual, I'll leave a link to our programs below this video. If you want to entrust yourself into our reliable hands, mine and our large team, then welcome. Just leave an application and you'll be told how you can do it. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you in new videos. Bye.